Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode of Saving One Billable Life at a Time with trainee tips and tricks of things you're probably too scared to ask or didn't want to look stupid for, but we've all been there. Working title, yes, it is a reference to Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Let's get into it. Now, today's video is probably going to sound very Kim Kardashian losing a diamond earring in the ocean. No, I have not watched them, but I know the reference. But if you've ever found yourself at 3 a.m. or at any reasonable working hour, having just pressed send on an email and you realize, whoa, I have a distribution list of 100 people, maybe even 2, and I've just sent the wrong documents to the wrong people or a draft message, fear not, I have the quickest way to rectify that mistake on how to recall an email you've sent in error. So let's get into it. How do you recall an email you've sent in error? Number 1, breathe, then cry. Just breathe and don't panic. And like I said, communicate to your team as soon as you've made the mistake. And then the second thing you're going to do once you've gathered yourself is to go into your sent folder, so where your sent emails are, locate the email that you've just sent that you want to recall, click it or double click it twice rather, and then it will open up in a new window. Now this is very important, otherwise this won't work, especially if you're working on a desktop version of Outlook. And here I am assuming that most people, i.e. law firms, use Office 365 really for day-to-day business. So make sure you double click the email so it opens up in a new window, and you will see an option on the top left corner that says file. Click file, and now you should have like 3 boxes. The rest don't matter. I think from what I can remember, because I've done this a lot of times, the middle one says message recall. So you want to press message recall, and one of 2 things you'll be able to pick. Number 1, click unsend the message. So basically it deletes the message for anyone who hasn't opened the email yet. Or you can say message recall, but then also send a new message. So for example, maybe you just needed to edit like 1 line. So it will recall the message and then send it again with any new draft of the email that you'll update it with. I will also caveat this by saying, obviously, if someone on the other side or one of the recipients has already opened the email, it won't recall the message for them. So usually what we do in that instance, you might just send a follow-up email, because Outlook will tell you, oh, by the way, we were unable to recall the message for specific recipient. Usually just follow up with an email and just say, hello, I hope this finds you well. Kind regards, please fix. I'm joking. I hope this finds you well. Please disregard the message, and then on you go. Now, I will caveat this by firstly saying that you know your etiquette and how you work with your team. I know, for example, in the current team that I work in, there are certain things where if I know I've just done the wrong thing, I can immediately recall the message and it's fine. But I always say err on the side of how do you even say that? Err. Anyways, you know what I'm trying to say. Err on the side of caution, and ask your supervisor or whoever you're working with on the deal whether you should do anything, if at all, in the first place, because they might just know the etiquette and how to go forward. Hopefully, you know, it's not a fatal mistake. It is fixable. Almost everything in law is fixable. Top tip is don't panic, breathe, communicate, and then act and be proactive. And that is how you recall a message when you send it by email. I hope you found this very useful.